Welcome back to the channel, and if you are new here, you are entering a space dedicated to understanding emotional truth, healing, and awareness. This message is brought to you by Narcissism Freedom, a community focused on helping people reclaim clarity after emotional manipulation and psychological control. Today we are talking about something deeply important for people who value creativity, authenticity, and emotional honesty. The message is simple but powerful. Narcissists don't create in the same way that people rooted in authenticity create. Instead, they often observe, imitate, and attempt to stand beside the brilliance they did not build from within. This is not about hate. This is about understanding behavior patterns so you can protect your peace and continue living in your truth. Many strong and creative individuals have experienced this pattern before. You share an idea, express a perspective, or build something meaningful, and later you notice someone else presenting similar words, similar style, or similar concepts as if it was their original thought. At first, it may feel confusing. You might wonder if you are imagining things. You might question whether it is just coincidence. But over time, patterns reveal themselves. Authentic creation comes from lived experience, emotional processing, intellectual effort, and personal growth. It is something that is cultivated internally before it is expressed externally. Imitation, on the other hand, often focuses on surface-level reflection. This is why narcissistic personalities may sometimes be drawn to people who demonstrate originality. They may study your communication style. They may adopt your confidence gestures. They may repeat phrases you naturally use. They may even position themselves in spaces where your influence is visible. But there is something they cannot copy. They cannot copy your internal journey. They cannot copy the years of learning that shaped your perspective. They cannot copy the emotional experiences that gave meaning to your voice. And this is where your strength becomes important. Your authenticity is not just about what you show to the world. It is about the integrity of your inner world. People who rely on imitation often need external validation to maintain their constructed identity. When they stand near someone who is genuinely authentic, they may attempt to reflect that authenticity back to others as if it belongs to them. You might notice this in social environments, workplaces, creative communities, or even personal relationships. The behavior is not always loud. Sometimes it is subtle. Sometimes it appears as harmless admiration at first. But over time, you may feel that your ideas are being recycled without recognition. Remember this truth. You are not responsible for protecting someone else's lack of originality. Your purpose is not to reduce your expression so someone else can feel comfortable borrowing your light. Some people fear standing alone in their own creative identity. Instead of developing their own voice, they try to stand close to voices that are already strong. But real strength does not come from imitation. Real strength comes from building something internally that no one can easily duplicate. Your authenticity carries emotional depth that cannot be manufactured through observation alone. Do not feel pressured when you see someone mimicking your style or attempting to take credit for something that came from your effort. You do not need to compete with imitation. Authentic people do not compete with reflections because reflections are dependent on the original source of light. Continue investing in your growth. Continue refining your skills. Continue expressing your thoughts, your art, your knowledge, and your vision without apology. There will always be people who try to stand beside originality, hoping that proximity will transfer value. But value does not transfer through imitation. Value is built through consistency, integrity, and inner work. If you are someone who has experienced this behavior, you may have felt frustration or emotional confusion. You may have asked why someone would try to mirror your authenticity instead of developing their own. The answer often lies in insecurity, not superiority. People who are confident in their own identity do not need to borrow someone else's voice to feel complete. Your journey is not about stopping others from observing you. It is about continuing to grow without fear of being copied. Some of the most creative and emotionally aware individuals have experienced this pattern. It does not mean your work loses value. In fact, it often means your influence is real. But influence should never require you to shrink yourself. Protect your peace. Protect your creativity. Protect your emotional boundaries. If you are building something meaningful, Understand that imitation is sometimes the price of visibility. But remember, imitation does not replace originality. Your story, your perspective, and your heart are unique. No one can fully replicate the life experiences that shaped your wisdom. So keep creating, keep expressing, keep healing, and never allow imitation to make you doubt your authenticity. Your light was never meant to be hidden just because someone else wants to hold a mirror toward it. You were meant to live in your truth. If this message spoke to your heart, please support the channel by liking, sharing, and subscribing so more people can hear these healing messages. And remember this final thought. Narcissists don't create to grow. They often imitate to feel close to what they cannot naturally build within themselves. But you are not called to live as someone else's reference. You are called to live as your own original expression of strength, wisdom, and purpose. Stay aware, stay strong, stay authentic, and continue walking in your truth without fear. Thank you for being part of this healing community, and we will see you in the next message.